guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, please like, subscribe and share. Maybe even comment. Make my day. Today I'm doing a story time on how I broke my wrist. I broke my wrist maybe about a week ago, but since then it's just been very annoying having this thing on my wrist constantly. Like, you can't get it wet. How do I shower? Anyway, the annoying things aside, I'm going to tell you how I managed to break my wrist. Saturday morning, and I was just minding my own business, sleeping. And then I realized, oh my god, it's 12 o'clock. I woke up and I thought, oh my god, I have plans today. I have plans. And my friend was sleeping over at the time, so I was like shot up. I was like, whoa, how am I asleep at 12? So I ran over, I got changed as quick as I could, and then my friend Sophie rang me. Also, Sophie is my cousin and my best friend. So, yeah, you know that now. So basically, I got changed, and Sophie rang me. So I was like, oh, hi, Sophie. And Sophie was like, oh, are you coming out? Like, because you're meant to be sleeping around mine tonight. Like, are you coming around now? So I was like, oh yeah, I'll come round, I'll get my bike and I'll come round yours. I'll be there in like half an hour, 20 minutes. Because she was going to get a bike, right? So I was going to ride my bike over to Sophie's to get a bike. Like, her mum was going to take us both out so Sophie could get a bike so she could ride it to school and stuff. And then after school. So basically, I thought, okay, I'll go hurry up. My friend left because she lives next door. She left the house, and I was like to my mum, I was like, hi, I'm going now. I'll see you in a bit. And then I started heading off to Sophie's house. I grabbed my bike and started going off. I knew basically where I was going. I knew how to get there, but I knew the street name, but I didn't know how to get to her street. So I was trying to figure that out. I stopped on the side of the road because I was obviously out of breath. My legs hurt from going up a massive hill. So I stopped and I was like, boop, 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 maps. I had to install maps. Like, that is hard. To install maps on my data. And I managed to remember her street name and the number, and I typed it in. So I put my phone in my inside pocket. I was wearing this Adidas jacket. I can't bother to put it on my arm. It has inside pockets in it. So I put my phone away in my inside pocket and I started going through the lanes, around, up, down. And by this time I realized, oh, my helmet's a bit big. Gosh. So I tightened it. I tightened it so hard and it really hurt. And it was like so tight on my neck. So I start going up this place called, I don't think I can say it on camera actually. I went up the street, and as I went round a bend, there's two sides of the road as like a cul-de-sac they call it. So one side I was on, and I was on a road, there was a high pavement, so I thought, oh okay, so I'll have to go round to get up the pavement because there's no pavement on the other side. So I got down the pavement. I went, okay, let's go round. I went round a bend, wait for the car to go past, round the bend, and as I about to go up the pavement, my bike skids like by some rocks. Like, the pavement was crumbling, and next to it there was like loads of just like little pebbles and rocks. I skidded on the pebbles and the rocks, and as I tried to turn around to get onto the pavement, my bike went the other way, like the wheels went and span out of control. I went one way, I was leaning, I was like, no. My helmet flew off my head. My bike was going out on an adventure somewhere, I don't even know where it was going. It was gone. I was on the floor, I landed, I fell like this, like I fell sideways off my bike like that. My arm was straight, and of impact, I broke this bone right here. I will put the picture up right here. Yeah. And I broke this bone. So I fell, and as I got up, I was like, oh my god, I can't get up. So I was trying so hard to get up. I was pulling myself. I was going, what are you doing? Why aren't you getting up? So I thought, oh my god, I'm just sat on the side of the road. I can't get up. I started panicking. I was like, where's my bike? Where's my helmet? Oh my god, what have I done? Have I hurt my head? Have I hurt my hand? What have I done? So I looked at my hand, and right here, it wasn't a big deal, but it really hurt. Like, it didn't look bad. There was a bit of skin. It was like flapping. It wasn't big, but there was a pebble stuck to the skin. And like every time I would like put my hand down like on the floor to like get up, it would push down into like the open bit of like skin because it was attached on the inside of the skin. So every time I'd put my hand down, it would press and it would kill because it was like flesh. So I tried to get that out, and every time I would do it, it would hurt more and more and more. So I just gave up, and I was just led on the side of the road. So I gathered that I passed out. I don't know how long for, obviously, because I didn't check the time, and I was all alone. So how could I have? So I passed out for don't know how long minutes, and I'd rang Sophie before because I didn't know how to get to her street. So I'd rang her, and I was gonna leave a voicemail. I left a voicemail. I was like, Sophie, how'd you get to your street? This and that. And Sophie never answered. So when I was on the floor, I woke up, and these people were like, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you fine? Because I was led on the side of the street. Obviously, I'd passed out, so they found me passed out on the side of the street, alone, helmet flew off, bike in front of me somewhere. And they stopped, and they were like trying to wake me up. They were like, what's your name? I was like, my name's Annalise Rogers. They were like, how old are you? And I was like answering all these questions. And finally they were like, who are you going to meet? And I was like, I'm going to meet my friend Sophie. And they were like, have you got Sophie's number? Have you got your parents' number? It was all coming in at once. So I was like, I had to undo my inside pocket with mind this, broken wrist. I couldn't move my wrist at all. It was at my side. I was on the floor like that, like on the floor, like I couldn't get up. So I got my inside pocket, unzipped it, pulled out my phone, and then unlocked it. And just as I got my phone, Sophie started ringing me. So I was like explaining like, oh, I'm going to my friend Sophie's house. She lives up on the next street, like this and that. I missed the curb. And so they were just, they answered the phone to Sophie because she rang me. And they were like, hi, is this Sophie? Yeah, could you give this to your mum, please? Can you pass the phone to your mum? And Sophie told me later, she was like really confused. She was like, why do you need Annalise? She thought I was pranking her because these people they had a different accent. Like they were foreign, so they like had a different accent. So she was like, oh, are you tricking me? Because we used to do prank calls on each other all the time. So she was like, oh, it's just Annalise again, pranking me, saying a trick. So Sophie gives the phone to her mum, and straight away her mum's like, oh, what are you on about? Like, Annalise? Like, she was about to tell them, like, can you stop pranking us, please? And then suddenly they go, oh, Annalise has had an accident. And she's like, what do you mean an accident? They go, oh, she's just passed out on the side of the road. Like, she's answering our questions, but, like, she's, like... And Sophie's mum thought that I'd been hit, so she was like, get to the place I was at straight away, Sophie. So they got in the car, drove over to the street I was at. Obviously, it was the second street, so straight away. And they were all like, oh, do you need some water? Do you need this and that? Because I passed out. When I woke up, I was like, I need some water, because I was about to faint again. Like, I just pass out. I flake out from pain. Like, all the time. Like, it's not rare for me. Like, I just pass out. So, they got me a fruit shoot, right? And they rang the ambulance, of course. And they were like, oh, yeah, we're on this street. And this girl's just conked down. Then Sophie's mum gets to the street I'm at. And Sophie, my mum's on the phone to these people. And she's, like, panicking. She's like, what do you mean, my daughter? Like, has she been hit? And they were like, it's not looking good. And she was panicking. She was like, her car wasn't working, this and that. And she just couldn't get over, like, she was panicking. Like, when she finally got over to me, she was literally like no chill. So when she got over, it was that she ran over to me. She's like, "Are you okay? Are you alright?" And by this time, everyone had put their blankets over me to keep me warm, because it wasn't the warmest of days. It was like medium temperature, but obviously I fell over, hurt myself, broken a bone. So I was just on the floor, like, I was shivering from like the nerves in my arm were screaming. Like, they weren't screaming, but they felt like they were screaming. The ambulance came and they were like, "Oh, they did my blood thing on my arm, the pump, and then they were like, "Oh, we need to get her to the hospital, like you need to take her to the children's hospital." So they were like, "Can she get in the back of an ambulance, or do you need us to take you with us?" And my mum rang my dad, and he was all the way at the hospital because he thought I was over there, because yeah, she didn't give him very good instructions, my mum. So he came over here in like 20 minutes later, and Sophie got in the car. Sophie took my bike and the helmet like literally broke off my head, and took the bike back to her house, and the helmet is still there now. And she came with my dad, my mum, me, and we all went to the children's hospital. So when I was there, they gave me paracetamol, ibuprofen, and just like all this medical stuff that would like numb my arm until like, obviously I got like a cast if I needed one, because they didn't know I broke it yet. So when I got in there, it was pretty quick. It was like 2 hours. Like, we were sat around for a bit, me and Sophie, laughing, and we were sat in this rocket thing in the kids area, just laughing our heads off. And I had a broken wrist and I didn't even know. So I was sat there, I was laughing, and then suddenly they were like, "Put your arm in a cast." And I was like, "What do you mean put your arm in a cast? I can't do that." Like, I could not move my arm. Like, I could put it down like that. I couldn't do anything else. Like, I couldn't bring it up. I couldn't move it. It's heavy. Like, my arm was really heavy because I had no strength because it broke. They put it in a cast, and suddenly it killed. Like, it twisted my arm, and ow. I looked at the x-ray and they told me I had broke my wrist. I got a bandage. I got like a cast. I got this sparkly pink glittery one. I'm not even gonna lie, it's actually amazing. I got the cast on. We went home and I went to my nan's, and Sophie came round and she slept around my nan's with me and that. And obviously it was a bank holiday. So yeah, that happened. If you enjoyed this story time, then don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and maybe share. That would be awesome. If you want more of these story times, then just comment below story times. Even give me videos to do. I don't mind if it keeps you guys happy there. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.